See, when the Bible speaks of escape here, how shall we escape? It's talking not escaping some other sinner in this world. It's talking about escaping the judgment of God. See, there's a judgment that should rightly fall upon us. There's a judgment that we deserve because we have committed sin in God's sight. And so in a sense we are fugitives running away from the justice that is owed to us, the punishment that ought to be paid to us. And God is just. He will see to it that when his law is broken, the sentence will be served. And so you can think of it as a criminal, right? A guy who has committed crime and he refuses to hand himself in, and the police are aware that he's the guy and he's on the most wanted. You know, if he's free going about, he's got a sense that he ought to be serving time. He's guilty. So he's a fugitive. It's the same with us. We have a conscience that bears witness against us, that sides with God and bears witness against us of the sin we commit, the wrongdoing, the lies we've told, the wrong thoughts we've had, the lustful thoughts, the thoughts you've had about someone who is not your spouse, and yet you've had explicit, shameful thoughts about them. You know, when you think about the judgment, the punishment that deserves, you want to escape. You want to escape that. If you truly knew the severity of sin, how serious it is. You know, some people treat sin like a sport. You know, they lie like it's second nature to them. You know, they steal stuff, right? They take what's not theirs and they don't think twice about it. They don't have a sense of guilt. But if they truly knew the seriousness, the weight of sin, then they will try to escape the judgment of God. God, who is a righteous judge, who reigns in heaven this day. You may think that this world is gone out of control. God is in control, right? He's in control over your life as well. And you may think that you're doing whatever you want in your life. You may think you're living life on your terms, but there's a righteous judge, and if he had a sense of who he is, how holy God is, and how unholy, how filthy, how impure we are by nature, then you will try to escape this justice that God is going to serve. The Bible says, how shall we escape if we neglect such a great salvation? See, when we speak about the salvation of God, we're talking about you being saved from the judgment of God, being saved from the punishment that we deserve. That's why we speak about Jesus. Jesus, he is the way of escape. See, upon the cross, Christ died for sin.